Welcome back to another video. Today I'm taking a look at the SOG Cash Card. Let's check it out. A lot of you guys have recommended that I do this video, and for good reason, because the SOG Cash Card here is a knife / money clip. I've had it for about a month now, and yes, I do have some opinions on the Cash Card here. So let's go over some of the features here. It has an overall length of 6.2 inches. It has a blade length of 2.75 inches. The blade thickness is 0.33 inches, and yes, this is a very slicey knife. Close, it comes in at 3.38 inches, and it weighs around 2 ounces. And now let's take a look at the blade here. It is an HCR13 MOV clip point blade, and it does have a nice satin finish to the blade. If I get in real close, you can check that out for yourself. But let's talk about the purpose of the Cash Card here. This is basically meant to be a knife and a money clip all built into one. So let's check out the handles first. You can see the handles are very flat, perfect to carry cards or your cash. And you carry those cards or cash right under this pocket clip / money clip. And I'm very particular about money clips having just the right amount of tension. This does have some good tension on it, almost too much tension. And it is raised up a decent amount right there at the base, so you know you can get a lot of cash or cards underneath this clip. And one more thing before we move on, SOG and a couple other reviewers on YouTube said that this is a Linerlock. Now let me give you guys a look at this. And I'm not really sure why they consider this a Linerlock. If I'm wrong, you guys please correct me. So it has the skeletonized stainless steel handles right here. There are no liners. So technically, I would say, in my opinion, this should be a frame lock and not exactly a Linerlock, because that lock right there is part of the actual frame. So guys, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think this should be considered a frame lock and not a Linerlock. Now let's start going over some of the positives and the negatives of the SOG Cash Card here. Let's start with some of the positives here. It's a very lightweight, very slim, minimalistic, everyday carry blade. At 2 ounces, it's surprisingly lightweight. I do like how it feels in the hand. You wouldn't really think it would feel good based on just the slim, flat nature of these handles, but it doesn't feel too bad. So as an everyday carry minimalist knife, I do like it. Deploying the blade is fairly simple with this cutout right there on the blade. I have no problems at all deploying this with my thumb. That's not a problem at all. There's 3 large finger grooves right there with the choil. So I'm gonna show you how that choil would work if that lock ever becomes disengaged. Right there, that would actually stop right there on my finger, so that's nice. As a pocket clip, I really like this just because it does have a decent amount of tension for a pocket clip. So in the pocket, it does feel very, very nice to carry around. And I like this lanyard hole right here, but you guys can see when it's in your pocket, that lanyard on the very bottom has no purpose. So that means this lanyard hole now becomes just an attachment point for a chain. Maybe you can just wear this around your neck. I can see that being pretty cool. And another positive is it has HCR13 MOV stainless steel, which is one of my favorite budget steels. And when I said this is slicey, I wasn't kidding. This thing is razor sharp out of the box. I mean, it is scary sharp right out of the box. So basically, as a knife, I am a fan of the SOG Cash Card, but now let's talk about its cash carrying capabilities. But let's start with cards. So you can see, just like any other money clip out there, it's going to be able to carry your cash and cards pretty decently just because of the shape of this flat body here. So right now I have 5 flat credit cards under that money clip, and you can see it handles it pretty decently. I can probably get one more in there, but yeah, 6. It can handle it, but that would definitely be the max. And now next cash, I have 14 American dollar bills folded in half. And right here on the money clip, you can see that little raised lip at the end. Makes it relatively easy to lift up and slip your cash underneath that money clip. So there's 14 American dollar bills, and it is filling out, if it would focus, is filling out that clip pretty nicely, even at 14 bills. So I'm not sure if this can handle anything more than 14 bills, but let me just try a card or two. Yeah, not a problem. So 14 bills, a couple cards right there under the money clip. works pretty decently. But now this is where I start to talk about the negatives and I start questioning the cash card's existence. Because on paper, having a knife/money clip sounds pretty cool, but in real life, I just don't think it delivers. And there's two reasons for that. The first reason is if you live in what I like to call a knife-fearing state, which I do, I live in New York State. Knife-fearing states basically frown upon any kind of knife just being taken out of your pocket and being displayed in public. So I would really have to think twice about whipping out this knife with my cash in it at a grocery store in public. Now, if you don't live in a knife-fearing state such as New York, I don't think you really have anything to worry about. But the majority of states in this country have issues with pocket knives. And the second issue I have with this, and makes me question its existence, is if I am carrying it with money or cards in it and I happen to want to use the blade, not in public, maybe just around anywhere. Now I have to fully remove all of my cash, all of my cards just to use it. So that makes me wonder why I would carry a knife like this in the first place. Why can't I just carry a minimalist wallet and a super minimalist blade that's not the cash card? So the bottom line is, for me living here in New York in a knife-fearing state, I would never carry this to a grocery store with money in it or any kind of retail store and whip it out just to pay for something. And I would never carry this with money or a card in it, especially if I wanted to use the blade for breaking down a box or whatever I might need the knife for, because now I have to fully remove everything because it just doesn't make sense having the cash and cards stuck to the knife here when I'm trying to use it. It's just in the way. So for those two reasons alone, I just have to question why we need a knife that's a knife/money clip. I don't really need those two items combined. I'm content with carrying a minimalist wallet and a separate knife if I ever need to use it. And yes, I do realize that you can buy this knife with no intentions of carrying cash or cards underneath the money clip here and just use it as a normal knife and have this clip as a pocket clip. For that reason, yeah, this could be a cool minimalist knife. Just because of its super slim, lightweight, minimal profile, I can definitely recommend this as a knife, but basically what it's designed for, as a cash card/knife, I don't recommend it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the SOG Cash Card? Now, if you do like this and disagree with my opinion, I will have links down below in my description box if you want to check it out for yourself. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!